Hello, my name is the Morgue Man Rich Diaz, and welcome to Diaz's Top 5. Now, my lists are going to cover a multitude of subjects in professional wrestling, starting with today, World Championship belts. We've all grown up as belt marks. I know I have. We've always wanted to hold the championships that we've seen our favorite wrestlers, our heroes, the warriors that fight out in the ring for that prize. We always wanted a piece of the action, a piece of the history, so we went out and spent hundreds of dollars that we could have used on things like bills to buy these championship belts. But today, our list is going to cover the 5 worst championship belt designs ever. The ones that make you think in your head, why did you use your money to buy that? Anyway, without any further ado, let's get into our list. The current incarnation of the WWE's tag team titles. Doesn't matter if it's Raw, doesn't matter if it's SmackDown. They look like a whole bunch of dimes that were put together and put on a blue strap, and then the same thing done on a red strap. Originally, the championship looked like copper pennies on black strap championship belts, which are most synonymous with the New Day because they've held them the longest, they held them the most. And I just started to think in my head, with all the great designs out there in the world, why WWE do you have these horrible designs? And please don't tell me that it's aimed towards children, because even kids look at that and go, what is this piece of crap? Number 4, the Spinner WWE Championship. Now, this product was clearly aimed towards children, because back in the days, I don't know what it was, rappers had this thing where they had chains that spun in the middle, they had rims on their cars that spun. So John Cena was being pushed as a rapper. He had a US title belt that did the same thing, and yes, we were all like, oh, that's so awesome. And then that craze died, but nobody told WWE. And then they continued on with the championship belt, now being the world titles, spinning in the center of the logo. And I could understand if it was just for John Cena, but then when John Cena lost the title, people like Triple H were walking around, and Randy Orton and Edge with a freaking belt that spun in the center, and it was a toy and it looked ridiculous. And thank God when The Rock won the championship from CM Punk, he got rid of that stupid title belt and introduced a more proper looking WWE Championship. Number 3, the Jeff Hardy TNA Drug Addict Championship. Now, we all know Brother Nero, Jeff Hardy, has had some demons over the years and troubles with narcotics and booze and all that good stuff. But apparently he was sharing it in a production meeting when they came out with this championship belt design, which is basically his face looking kind of like a, I don't know, some Dragon Ball Z character on a it was a purple strap belt, and it was disgustingly horrible. It goes down as probably the most laughable thing that TNA's done. Okay, that's a lie. That's probably like the 100th laughable thing they did. And it was trying to distinguish the championship belt for this man who just turned heel, who spent his whole career as a babyface, and it did not work. The heel turn did not work. The championship did not work. And thank God that it disappeared from the airwaves forever. Number 2, of course, the 24/7 championship. I mean, I know that some of you are shocked that it's not number 1, but it won't be. Number 1 is well reserved, not the point. 24/7 championship was reintroduced because back in the days we had the hardcore title, which was defended 24/7, but now in the PC world, we cannot have blood and guts, as Vince McMahon says, on national television. So he made a championship that was a little more kid-friendly PC, which is the 24/7 championship. But why didn't you just put just a little more idea into this championship that just looks like a stupid clock? And I understand that it's for lower and mid-card guys, but for God's sakes. And then, again, they're charging $400 to buy this in WWE.com. Why? It's a piece of crap title, it's a piece of crap division at this rate, and it's a piece of crap idea. Should have just left it alone, either bring back the hardcore title or don't. Honorable mentions. The WWE Divas Championship, because how else do we spell out women's revolution than to give them a title that looks like could be defended at a sorority house with freshman young girls? Title in the shape of a butterfly, and we were supposed to take women seriously at the time. Thank you, Vince. That only set them back about another 20 years. Thankfully, now we have these other women, the new women's revolution that came around and fixed it, but nevertheless, stupid belt design. Anybody who held it should have been embarrassed. and they probably are. The other honorable mention, the ECW Championship in any incarnation, from the original one that looked like it was made out of the back of a flea market to that big silver piece of crap from the WWE ECW days. All the ECW championships, whether they were just replicas that they took from Vince McMahon or whatever else, were all a piece of shit. I am sorry. The ECW titles, garbage. Loved ECW as a kid, grew up on it. They revolutionized the business, but their belt designs were crap. And the number one worst championship belt design of all time is the Universal Championship. This Universal title right here, doesn't it just signify WWE right now? Stiff, stuck in his ways, won't bend for anybody. Okay, but not just this. This isn't the actual Universal title or even an actual replica. When WWE introduced this championship in the summer of 2016, I want to say, we all thought, wow, they're coming out with a new championship that's going to be even bigger than the storied WWE Championship, which has been in existence for 50 years. You're bigger than the world. You're the universe. So we just took the WWE title and dyed it red. Now, don't get me wrong. Red is one of my favorite colors, but there was just nothing put into this design. Thank God that people like Brock Lesnar held it for so long, because we didn't have to see it on TV. And now Goldberg has it, and it's dyed blue, and it's even worse than this somehow. And we still don't see it on TV, and it's for good reason. The Universal title is the single worst design ever created by any promoter, ever. So, do you agree with my list? Are there any that I left out? Let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to check out all the other great things that we're doing here on the XWE Network. There will be links in the bio. But for now, that is my list, and I will see you next week when we talk about the top 5 best championship belt designs of all time. I'm Morgman Rich Diaz, and I'll see you soon.